Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this video here, what I want to do is I'm going to show people what I've been doing for the past couple months. Because as you notice, I've been placing that many new videos on there. And then I had to try to reboot some of my other videos that was taken off of there on this account. But I want to show people what I actually have been doing for the past 2 months. As you see behind me on the screen, you'll see two covers of two scripts that me and my son, Jesse Blevins, has been working on. Now, we're big fans. I'm especially a big fan of Friday the 13th movies. Okay. And it was supposed to be a new Friday the 13th movie. It was supposed to come out this year, but I guess they scrapped it and they weren't going to make it. And then they came out with the new game on Friday the 13th. And when we were sitting there looking at, some previews of the new game and everything else, we started looking on net and we found the script that they supposedly wrote that leaked out about the new Friday the 13th movie. Well, in my opinion, as being a big fan of Friday the 13th, I was like, that really doesn't fit into the Jason series. That doesn't seem like, Jason, to me, and Crystal Lake and everything else. So me and my son was talking and we started doing some little bit of research on Friday the 13th and stuff. And we found out that the 40th anniversary is coming up. So we started looking at all the films that was made about Jason. And we found out there was actually 12 movies made with Jason in it. However, one out of the 12 is a remade film. Like, Friday the 13th Part 1 is like a remade. Okay, so me and him considers, and I've always considered a remade film is not actually part of the series. So we went ahead and eliminated that remade film. And we looked at it and overall of the true Jason Voorhees movies. And then excuse me, I got a cold. So we looked at it and we're like, well, there's 11, movies made. So what we did was we sitting there saying, well, there's 11 movies made. And, they never bring an ending to a movie, the proper way, I should say, the proper way of ending a movie or a series of movies. So we sitting there, started sitting down and discussing this stuff. And then we sort of sitting there thinking to ourselves, okay, if we could come out with two movies, okay, if we could sit down and write two more scripts for two more movies, we can end the Jason series on the 13th. So it'd be 13 films total made in the Jason series. Then we start talking, well, the 40th anniversary is coming up in 2019. So let's work with that as well. So when we was coming up with these ideals, we started thinking, well, two movies in Friday the 13th movies with 13 movies. Okay, then we started thinking, well, the 40th anniversary. What a way to end a good series like this by ending it with 13 films and on the 40th anniversary. So we decided, so we sat down and we started viewing. So I got a whole collection of Friday the 13th movies. So we watched them one at a time, and then we watched them again. Then we watched them again, look for all the details, going through everything that they talked about in the films, what they showed in the films, and stuff like that. Then we sat down and we decided, well, I write horror stories. My son, he's trying to get in acting right now. Jesse is. And I have two nephews already are actors. Okay, and they've been in some good films. And there's one of my nephews, he's working on a film, which I'm not going to talk about right now, but it's going to be one of the big budget films. But I was sitting there thinking, and me and him was thinking about this for a long time. So we decided to sit down and write two scripts. And as you see behind me on my screen here, my monitor, Friday, we're going to call the two series as part 1 and part 2. It's going to be called Friday the 13th, Jason. Okay, as you see, it says part 1, part 2. Now, I want to also show you for the first time, but I'm not going to show you inside of them. I'm just going to show you the covers. Here they are. This is Jason, Friday the 13th, Jason, part 1. Complete script done. This is complete script. It's done. Okay. This is Friday the 13th, Jason, Part 2. Complete script, done. We have now 2 scripts, Part 1 and Part 2, and they're completed scripts. Both scripts are completed. And what I've been doing is I've been trying to find, emails or phone numbers or anything else of people I could probably make contacts with to try to, talk to them about making these 2 movies. Now, the reason why, like I said, I think they'd be great movies, just like I told a lot of people, you won't be disappointed in how it's going to end and what we came up with, because we came up with new kill scenes that's never been seen inside movies before. We came up with a new storyline that actually would really put a big bang and answer a lot of questions when it comes to the Jason series. Like I said, you're going to see, what we have written in here. There's a lot of stuff that, is going to revert us back to, some of the old movies, Friday the 13th, and me and him did a lot of study on this. We watched every movie over and over and over again, looking at every details, looking at every sign, looking at every people, looking at the stories, and everything else to make these 2 scripts. Like I said, both scripts, this is script 1, is completed. Okay, this is script 2, and it's completed. Excuse me. Like I said, I have a cold. Both scripts are done. Now, the reason why I want to make this video is I'm going to post it here on YouTube. And I hope it does start trending so people can see us like Paramount, because I've been trying to find, people to talk to at Paramount. Because a lot of people, when you send in scripts and stuff like that, you got to go through this, you got to go through that and stuff like that. And actually 99% of the time, your script's never going to be read. But the reason why I want to make this video and tell people about these is because of, with you and your help, these movies can be made. And here's the reason why I say that. Because the pure simple fact of it is, it's not because of I've written it and my son, because like I said, my son and I both written these scripts, okay, 1 and 2, okay. We both went over these, and when you go from part 1 to part 2 in a movie, it all fits, and it's going to start answering a lot of questions. It's going to start unraveling, because when you sit there and you watch this series, the Friday the 13th series, a lot of questions come up, like for a long time, if you watch the movies, okay, if you watch the movies, you're going to see parts where, they said Mrs. Voorhees' only son, only child, was Jason. But then we go into Jason Goes to Hell. Now Jason has a sister. Okay, now how did he have a sister, when he was only supposed to be the only child? And, and then they sit there and no one ever knows nothing about his father, Elias, or talk about him. So what we did is we put all of this in these 2 scripts. We come up with the answers. We came up with a better storyline to really end the series the way it's supposed to end. Because like I said, I'm a real big Friday the 13th fan. I've been for years. I remember when the first one came out in 1980. I went and seen it at the theater. And ever since then, that my favorite horror movies of all times is, there's 3 of them to be fact about it. There's 3 of them. There's the Friday the 13th movies, Michael Myers Halloween movies, and George Romero movies of zombies. Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead. Land of the Dead. Them are my favorite movies of all time, especially when it comes to horror, because they had one guy that worked on most of them, was Tom Savini. And Tom Savini, oh my God, he's like the king of, special effects and coming up with ideals and stuff like that. And if these movies are made, I hope that Tom Savini would work on both of these movies as well, because I really like the way he does his special effects. I mean, there's nobody better in Hollywood or anywhere else that does his, special effects like he does. But anyway, I wanted to make this video here to let everybody know that if they can help, and I appreciate it very much. If we could try to get something trending here to where people will notice that about these scripts, even if they just come and read them. Okay, just read them and see the storyline, how I put everything together. You know, they're going to sit there, and like I said, nobody's going to be disappointed if they make these films. If they make these two movies here, no one's going to be disappointed. No one, because I've written horror stories before, and everybody knows, you know, The Reaper, Sasquatch Z, Book One, Book Two, The Bridge, Revenge of Bigfoot. I'm writing horror stories. Plus, I got about 40 more horror stories that I'm working on, and I'm in the process of working on. But I stopped them so me and my son can work together on a project. And he's writing more scripts, and I have a few ideas of writing some more scripts as myself for movies. But right now, because I'm such a big fan of Friday the 13th, that's why I want to try to get a hold of somebody. Like I said, I've been going over in that. I've been, you know, looking at every angle and stuff like that. You know, trying to see who I could talk to about, you know, showing them these scripts and letting them read these scripts. Okay, because honestly, the way every time I open these scripts up, when we was working on them and was thinking, going through the ideals and everything else, everything fits in the movie. It answers a lot of questions, and you're gonna love the storyline. But I'm not gonna give none of that information now. You'll love the storyline. I put a new twist to it. We both put a new twist to it. And like I said, the kill scenes are totally new. That's never been viewed on TV or anything before. Because what we did, we took some reality that we see every day and mixed in with it. You know, so what I want to do is I just want to make this video here. Ask everybody out there if they can help me, you know, trying to get this trending. So somebody hopefully at Paramount will see this video and trying to contact me, which is going to be in the description down below. I'll leave my email address so they can, you know, contact me. But these are I also want to make this video to let people know, and if, you know, that's big fans of Friday the 13th and Jason movies, you know, hey, there's two scripts right here. There's a script one that's completely done. And then we have script two, script one and script two that's completely done, and they're ready to go. Okay, to me, the way we looked at it, the way we done it, there's no rewrites, shouldn't be no rewrites or anything else added to it, because when you take a story and you look at it and you read it, and it's like, you know, like I said, I have nephews that's in acting, Timothy and Jimothy Beckholt. If you look them up, you'll see some of the movies they was in. You know, they was in one, Still the King, with Billy Ray Cyrus. They was Elvis impersonators. They was in the background. Okay, there's my nephews, Timothy and Jimothy Beckholt. They looked over these scripts and they said these are identical to the scripts, you know, they've read in the past, and they love the stories. Okay, because like I said, when I written these scripts, when me and my son Jesse sat down and written these scripts, we've been working on for 2 months, you know, putting the ideas together, viewing the movies and stuff. So like I said, I want to make this video. Hopefully you out there, you know, my fans and people fans of Friday the 13th will see this video, and hopefully someone from Paramount or even another movie production that can get the rights to the Friday the 13th can make these movies, so the Friday the 13th series can end with a big bang, with 13 movies total, and on the anniversary. Because, you know, I figure if we get a hold of somebody, part one come out in 2018, and hopefully part two come out in 2019 on the 40th anniversary. So I want to thank everybody for their help up front. So if you know anybody that's in, you know, contacts with Paramount, or a movie director or a producer or whatever, you know, give them my information. That's going to be down in the description down below, my email address and stuff, and tell them now, not one Jason movie can be made, but two more Jason movies can be made. And for us, the fans, that gives us two more movies to look forward to. Okay, and like I said, there's no disappointments in these movies. Once they read them, they're never going to be disappointed in it, because it's going to answer everybody's questions. Thank you for your help, and have a nice weekend.